Now, this is something that I feel greatly about. Like I am emotionally invested in this. Okay. So this came out, I want to say yesterday. This was something that, many people I think might overlook this. And maybe they'll say this doesn't matter. Like, why are you even talking about this? You don't need to why are you doing this? Yesterday, Packers GM spoke to the media. He said that Jordan Love was close on a contract extension, like a contract extension. However, he will not practice until he signs. Now, I like to think of myself as a fairly you know uh, justice minded person. I like to fight for justice in my day to day life. Whether it's why isn't there any more bags of potato chips at the Meijer? What's going on there? Do we need to do an investigation? I don't know. Probably not, but just in case, I'll head it. Why don't they have seating at the clothing store when you gotta go shopping? Why does every time you go shopping it feels like you're lost in a maze of things that you don't want that don't fit you? Anyhow, all of that, all that is to say, I'm a fighter for justice, right? I want to make things well, and I say, fight on, Jordan. Keep fighting the good fight, buddy. You show those Packers. You don't need to practice. What do you need to practice for? You're Jordan Love. You had at least one good year in the NFL. So you keep fighting for your money, kid. You go, Jordan. I hashtag I'm with Jordan. Hashtag fight the power. I'm with fight the Packer. How about that? Hashtag fight the Packer. Hashtag I'm with Jordan. I stand strong for Jordan Love. Jokes aside, I do find this story to be a little interesting. I'm gonna say this, and this might come off as potentially slanderous / me just being a Lions. I'm wearing a Dan Campbell T-shirt, so before I get the Packers fans telling me I'm just a big fat hater, which I am, but that has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. Is Jordan Love a little ahead of himself in this? I'm just saying, all the guy has had is one season where, half of it he looked like he might be good in the CFL, and the other half of it he looked pretty good. Which Jordan Love is the real Jordan Love is sort of what I'm getting at. It reminds me a little bit, and not exactly, but it reminds me a little bit of Trevor Lawrence, who, not last year, 2 years ago, he had that, terrible beginning of the season. It seemed like, oh man, geez, this Trevor Lawrence guy, did the Jags draft another bad quarterback? And then he turns it on, and then he goes out and he wins a playoff game, and he wins the division. And everybody's like, oh, Trevor Lawrence, he's the next big thing. He's the big guy in Jacksonville. Everybody's going to love him. He's great. They got to make sure they keep this guy. And then last year happens, and he just sort of is underwhelming at best. He gets hurt, all that stuff. Jordan Love, as far as I am concerned, is not some sure thing. I have a similar feeling with CJ Stroud, where it's like, yeah, these guys played well, and there's no denying that. But look, if I had a nickel for every guy that 1 year they had some crazy stat line and then sort of fell off the face of the earth and everybody forgets about them, I'd have a lot of nickels, is my point here. And as far as not look, this is why, especially when the Lions locked up Jared Goff and when they locked up Amon-Ra and Penei Sewell, and some people were like, wow, you paid a lot of money for these guys. You overpay. This is why you pay your guys. This is why you treat them with a little bit of, and I'm not saying that they're being, bear with me. You treat your guys with a little bit of respect. Again, I'm not saying that the Packers are not respecting Jordan Love, but this is the kind of thing that can put a rift between a team and a player, where the longer this goes on, where Jordan Love is not practicing, and practicing is going to be starting here in the next couple of days. I think the reporting was today, and I believe they start practice tomorrow. So the longer it goes on, where they say they're close, but to me, it's close. You're the guy's saying he won't practice and you're close. Okay, I mean maybe that's true. But like like I said, the longer it goes on, the longer it's going to put a wedge between your team and your players. Where now you got to think of some of the other guys. I mean, what about your Christian Watson of the world? Christian Watson's going to be, last year he was a rookie. This past year was his sophomore year. Next year, I mean, this year here for him, he's probably going to expect to get paid next after this season. And if you now have this reputation where you kind of waited so long for these things, you're getting into training camp and you don't get your guys locked up, that's going to send a message. And especially, now if it's like you're doing this with your quarterback, like I'm just a wide receiver, you might think of me as even more replaceable. I'm not saying that there's any trouble in Packertown, Gutenhurst, whatever his name is, GM Goots over in Green Bay. They're not. He's been in business for a while. He's not a bad GM. There's no question about that. All that I'm saying is, it is not. You don't want to hear this kind of news, like at all. This is the kind of thing that can only be bad. And there might be some Packers fans who are like, well, who cares? He's going to sign. It's not a big deal, whatever. Like, they might just want to try to just throw this under the rug. I'm just saying. I think it is something. I think there is. It's not like it's just, fugazi, basically. It's not like it's just, off-season noise and rumors that have no substance to it. This is like, the guy is not going to practice until he gets signed. I don't think that's going to necessarily affect his ability one way or the other, but it is, again, it's like, would you rather a guy practice or a guy not practice? Like I would rather everybody practices. That seems to be good. Practice is never a bad thing. So, yeah. Again, fight the good fight, Jordan. I'm with you, man. Just keep on fighting. Don't. You know what? You know what will really show him if you just never practice. Just don't practice. Don't even read the playbook. That'll show him. You know what you could even do? Here's what you could do to show him. Don't even throw the ball to your receivers, and that'll show him. Until you get your contract, you're going to be throwing to Kirby Joseph every time you play the line. That'll show him. That'll show him. Anyway, having a little bit of fun. All right, it's the off season. What are you gonna do? Get mad at me? I'm not gonna give you training camp analysis. I might as well give you a Packers slander. Why not? Come on, we're having fun. Hi, it's me again. If you enjoyed what you just saw, hit the like and subscribe button. We do live shows every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there.